Climate change is one of the biggest challenges the world is facing right now. Continent and countries across the world are affected by the negative impact of climate change, particularly in vulnerable communities, on livelihood, on food security, and other impact that we see across the globe. Africa is not an exception. We've seen negative impact of drought in the Sahel, tropical cyclone impact in Madagascar, in Mozambique, and lately the impact of flood in South Africa. To address these concerns, it requires investment, commitment, and more importantly, leadership. And that's why the African Union created in 2012 the African Waste Capacity, entirely dedicated to helping African government to plan, prepare, and respond to negative impact of disasters. But we are also mindful we can't address these concerns alone as an African institution. It requires the leadership and the partnership of other institutions as well. And indeed, ARC being a treaty-based organization, and AU specialized agencies managed by WFP, but also benefiting from the support of many bilateral and multilateral, is an example that actually partnership works. Since our inception, we've been quite impactful, and indeed, we provided close to $1 billion worth of coverage to our member state across Africa. We've also protected up to 90 million people against the effect of climate change, but we also provided 100 million worth of payout to our member states across Africa. We also continue to actually build the capacities of African government themselves to deal with the effect of climate change. But we could do more. The demand is huge and requires for us to collectively join forces to provide the support that Africa needs. And how do we do that? Support in building the capacities in early warning systems so Africa can actually model the risk of disasters. Support in terms of providing resources to build the capacities in contingency planning in many African countries. And last but not least, to provide the investment required so we can provide the support to African governments so they can afford the premium required to transfer the risk to the insurance market. I have no doubt that collectively we will join forces to make sure we can provide the support to Africa to make our continent more resilient and adaptable to the effect of climate change. Now, the dialogue you're having today, initiated by the UN and the AU, is a great example of creating a platform where we can have constructive, positive conversation about how do we make Africa more resilient. So we look forward to the outcome of this conversation to be part of the solution and continue to support Africa as we deal with the effect of climate change. We could not think of a better time to do so. Africa is about to host COP27. It is the time for actions. So I look forward to the outcome of your conversation. Thank you.